As you can very well imagine, today's topic is all about networking. And is your network really equal to your net worth? Interesting question. We'll try to see if we can get some answers for that, and also talk a little bit about networking and how to go about and what's the effective ways of doing networking. So I'll share some of my personal experiences that I have, and then we will leave with some questions and to be followed up in a follow-up video. We'll talk about LinkedIn first, and then we'll talk about actual networking and physical events. The first one being that add you into their LinkedIn does not mean that you have now become a part of their network. This realization has to be clearly understood. It is the same thing with Facebook as well, where a lot of friends get added, but they are technically not your friends. And we will talk about this in a later video. And the other misconception is that if you go to a networking event, like a professional networking event, and you just go in there and start collecting cards of people and then start sending them follow-up emails after the fact, that is not also an effective way of building your network and in effect increasing your net worth. Anyway, we will talk about these two topics in a later video, maybe next week or the week after that. But for today's video, I wanted to talk about this misconception of network being equal to net worth. So that makes us dive into the question of what do we consider as net worth, and do not consider net worth to be purely a dollar number. It can be, there are multiple other dimensions outside the capitalistic nature of net worth. So do consider those things as well. It could have that, okay, how well versed your intellectually well versed your network is to be able to enhance in a meaningful conversation, or how many social well-being projects they are kind of involved in. So all of that also translates to your network. Just by adding somebody into your LinkedIn or just having their visiting card does not translate them being a part of your network. In order to build a network, the first thing that you need to do is that you need to be able to give back to the person that you want to connect with. And you may think that, that sounds pretty odd. I'm trying to reach out to somebody to get some help, and you are suggesting me to help them. That is exactly what it is. If you want others to be interested in you, if you want them to be a part of your network, then you have to see that what value you bring for them. Dale Carnegie, like I probably mentioned in one of my earlier videos as well, I spent a lot of time in my early days reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, and in which Dale Carnegie clearly outlines the strategy that if you want somebody to be interested in you, you have to make a genuine effort of being interested in them, and they will automatically get interested in you. So that is the way to go about that. And this is slightly, or well, not slightly, but it is very much associated with building networks, because if people do not like you, or if they don't feel comfortable in your presence, they will not want to continue to be in your network or to be a part of your network. The other thing is that you need to define for yourself that who do you consider somebody to be a part of your network. Can you call them up at 2 o'clock in the night and ask them for help if you run into an issue? Can you ask them for financial help if you ran into some kind of a challenge? Can you reach out to them with help? Do you trust them? That is the biggest question. Or do they trust you? Would they reach out to you if they ran into an issue? These are the questions that you need to answer and establish your first layer network, second layer, and all, to quote from the book of George Orwell, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. It's the same thing with friends and network as well. Not all of your network is at the same level. Some are in a closer circle, some are in a slightly outer circle, and then there's further outer circle, then arm length, and it kind of spans out. There's certain professional networks. So you have to see in which space that particular person is a part of. And then is your network reliable enough for you to be able to reach out if you have any issues? And like I said, nobody will add value to you unless you don't add value to them. If you are looking to build a network, in your opinion, which is supposed to have a high net worth, you have to also increase your own worth, and you also have to think about the person whom you want to be added to your network as to how you can help them. if you can help them, and then they will also like to be a part of your network. Anyway, we talked about this interesting concept, and I'll talk in later videos about how to go about LinkedIn, my thoughts on LinkedIn, and also about my thoughts on how to approach a room when you go for a networking event. We will probably talk about those in some later videos. Thank you so much for your time today.